The following video interview was created for the express use for the Mandelblatt Foundation, its staff, and leadership. Any other usage or distribution is strictly prohibited. Why is a community MAT program such a breakthrough for those suffering with opioids?
You know, community MAT, or medication-assisted treatment programs, are extremely important. It's really the only way out for some people. Opioids are extremely addictive. They take people who, it's not a choice anymore. It's a choice maybe to take drugs, and that's unfortunate. But these things are so powerful that you just get hooked on them. And you're so hooked, you can't get away from it. MAT programs absolutely can wipe that out, can make it go away. So, if we're really going to combat the opioid crisis, how do you do it? You get people to get away from the opioids. Medications that are just so addictive and just suck people in, and they can't let go. They cannot get away from that scourge. But MAT programs can make it go away.
Shouldn't government do more and invest more to drive people to MAT programs?
When you look around the country, there are government agencies, there are do-good agencies, there are people that are trying to do something about the opioid epidemic. Yes, there is some money. There's some money from settlements, etc. You've heard about them. But quite frankly, it's where should it go? You don't want to just burn it up. You don't want it just to go away somewhere. You really want to put it into a constructive effort to make this go away. The governments are trying. I think they're trying, but you know how governments work. They just don't do enough when it's really needed, and it is really needed. That's why we always looked for who else is out there that can help. And I think it really takes the entire community. The government's going to do some, but the rest of us have to do some also.
Isn't MAT just trading one drug for another?
We hear a lot that a medication-assisted treatment, or MAT program, is just trading one drug for another. You know, I guess in the definition of the word, okay, you're right. But if you really look at what is it really doing, what we're trading is a medication that does not get you high, does not impair you. You can function, you can go back to a normal life, to keep you away from drugs that totally wreck your life. I mean, just totally wreck it. So, yeah, maybe that's what it takes. It does take something to make this go away, because it's not going to go away on its own. Abstinence programs work very poorly. Just say no doesn't work in opioids, because opioids just control people's lives. You need something to coat their receptors, those same receptors that we have for our own internal pain medication. We make opioid-like substances when we have pain. Well, opioids replace that and coat them and then get you addicted to having to have it. You have to stop this cycle. And the way you stop the cycle is coat those receptors with a medication that looks like an opioid, but really has no effect and cannot kill you.
Why should the private sector and philanthropy care about this important issue of opioids?
It really takes a community to make this work. And it's obvious that you see different small groups of people doing well with this. You can see even places like in jails where they start treating people. You see people getting out of the cycle. So you see a group here and a group there, but it's a fractionated effort. It really needs to be a cohesive whole. We need to concentrate on this. So what we need is not just governments, not just settlement money. We need to recognize the size of this problem, which is huge, and attack it like we would attack any other major problem. We come up with a good plan, we fund it, and we make it happen.
Is a program like this safe?
We get asked all the time, how safe is this? And, you know, in medicine, we look at the difference between, a safety profile. It's risk versus benefit. The risk of being on opioids is huge. It is the number one killer of teenagers up through the age of about 40 in the United States right now. That's a big problem. It kills other people besides that, So it's a huge, huge problem. It's very dangerous to be addicted to opioids. Extremely dangerous to be addicted to opioids. I mean, all you have to do is read the papers, look at media, look at the news stories. We see people go down all the time due to opioids, and you're just seeing a small fraction of them. So the risk is huge. The risk of taking buprenorphine, which is our current major medication that we use, is about zero. In fact, let me just call it zero, because the actual drug itself is not going to kill you. It's not going to happen at all. It does not give respiratory depression, which is how people die from opioids. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't get you high. It doesn't leave you craving. It doesn't make you want to beg, borrow, and steal for your next fix. And it's not that expensive. So in the big scheme of things, how risky is this? It's very risky not to do it.